I like how we vibing. 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 I like how we vibing.
This video is sponsored by our channel sponsor, which is 015. You can find them on 015.co.za for some premium web hosting from as little as 45 Rand 90 cents. I mean, 45.90. Think about it. That's not a lot. And you will get some premium domains. And I personally would advise you on getting maybe the Supreme or the Executive packs, because it comes with a lot of benefits and a lot more storage. And you can host multiple websites on one package, you know. And this is, since we are talking businesses and growing your businesses, you can actually get your business registered by them. And there's some benefits, you know. You can get a name reservation, company registration, a certificate, income tax number, and you can even get a free.co.za domain if you pick one of the higher packages, or you can get a free QuickBooks subscription for 3 months. For 3 months. Yo, that's nice. You know, that's really, really nice. And if you want a website, they can actually develop a website for you at a very affordable rate of starting from 2,100, excluding VAT, I think. But it's not a lot. Think about it. 2,100. You spend a lot more on other things. But yeah, and once again, executive plans and supreme plans, you literally get free domains. They, for the first year, they are literally out here trying to win you guys over. Anyway, let's continue with the video. So today we're going to be going through suppliers and creating suppliers, supply invoices, and other related transactions. So the first thing we're going to go to is you're going to go up here and you're going to go to suppliers. You can add a supplier or list your suppliers or do transactions, reports, in terms of how long have you owned a certain supplier. This is the same. What you get here will be the same as you would have gotten in the customers module. So if you want somebody to go through all of this, you can check out the customers videos. Special is when you need to make adjustments, I guess, as it says on the screen. So we're going to start off by adding a supplier here. The first supplier that I'm going to add is, well, we need, let's say I'm buying new equipment, new music production equipment. So I'm going to say Tom's. Category, I'm going to add a new category like we've been doing. So I'm going to make it music. Save. And then opening balance, I'm going to leave it at 0. Credit limit, let's say Tom's gives me 50,000 Rand credit limit. VAT reference, I'm just going to give them a random number. Contact details, details here I wouldn't necessarily put them in because they're not necessary. So default VAT type, I'm going to change it to 15%. Because that's the current VAT rate that we have. If it changes, it will automatically update on here. And if you are capturing transactions that were in like 2017, 2016, back when VAT was 14%, it would change accordingly. It would actually use the correct VAT rate. And then here I'm going to select auto allocate payment to the oldest invoice, because I prefer doing that. And then due date for payment, end of the month. Or you can say you can literally say a few days after the month or a few days from the invoice date. Most people choose this option, and then they say 30 days after the invoice, but I'm gonna say end of the month, you know. Yeah, so then let's go down and press save. Now that we've created our first supplier, you can also import suppliers if you have them in a CSV file. A CSV file is basically an Excel file that you save as a CSV, and I think this is a good way if you're bringing in customers from another system or you have them in Excel already. I mean, suppliers that you already have in Excel or another system. It'd be a great way just to import them instead of having to capture one by one. So yeah, that's that. So now we're going to do, the reason why I only added one here is because I'm going to show you guys how to add another supplier from the transactions module. So we're currently here on the list of suppliers. Supplier categories. We are going to add a supplier category now. Add a category. I'm gonna make it let's say, because I've got music and then I'm gonna say consulting, tax and consulting. Tax and consulting, and I'm gonna add a third supplier. No, I'm gonna leave it as it is, and then I'm gonna go straight to suppliers. Transactions, I'm gonna add a supplier invoice. So I'm gonna add a supplier invoice, right? And okay, so this I am not going to go through it because I've already been through the system, so I'm just going to cancel it, but you can go through it if you're not too familiar with the system. So under supplier, I'm going to select the supplier we just added, so then it's going to populate everything, and then I'm going to say item, and then I'm going to add a new item. Actually, let me look at the types of items I have before I add a new item. No, I'm gonna add a new item, and the code I'm gonna call it, I'm gonna say SEQ, which would be studio equipment. Category music. Actually, no. I'm not gonna do it like that. I'm gonna cancel this because whatever I want to do with Tom's, it's not something that I'm gonna resell. So it's something totally different. I'm gonna cancel it. Tom's, I buy equipment from them. So instead of item, I'm going to choose account, right? I'm going to say account, and then I'm going to go to accounts, and then I'm going to click on because I'm buying studio equipment, I'm going to make it fixed asset equipment, and then here I'm going to say in brackets studio monitors, and let's say I got some cheap studio monitors for 4,500 rand, excluding VAT. So then I'm going to add that, and then it's going to add the VAT on top of that, and we are going to have that amount. And then let me add another account, and then I'm going to say here, instead of I'm gonna buy, let's say I'm gonna buy cabling for the studio, so I'm just gonna say computer expenses. Yeah, let's just put it under computer expenses. Computer expenses, XLR cables. I'm just gonna put it in there, and then let's say the XLR cable cost me 100 rand, excluding VAT, as the VAT, and then that's that. And then the date that I've purchased, I'm gonna leave it as it is. Actually, let me make it the first. I'm gonna leave it as it is. There's a discount because them and I were good, so I'm gonna put a 15% discount, and it should automatically calculate. As you can see here, it took the whole thing and it calculated the 15% discount. and that's that. So I'm going to say save and new. Now we're capturing the second transactions. Terms, we've already been through them. I'm going to add a new supplier. So the new supplier will be Tembi's Tech Services. So category, I'm going to say tax and consulting. Tembi does not have a VAT number. Yeah, let's leave Tembi without a VAT number for now. Actually, I'm going to put a VAT number for Tembi. Credit limit, I'm not going to do anything. Opening balance, nothing. Opening balance as of, I'm going to say 2 financial years back. So 2018. March 1st. Save. And then let's say Tembi gave me a tax invoice, and it has a supply invoice. So let's say it's invoice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that, and then let's say this happened on the 1st of April. This whole transaction happened on the 1st of April. And now we go to items, right? Items, I'm going to go to tax services. Actually, no. Let me check if I can add a new item. Okay, it's fine. And remember, we had initially added account. So now we're going to add item. So here we're going to click on tax services. The reason why I'm choosing tax services is because, well, I've subcontracted Tembi to assist with some tax services, because I don't necessarily specialize in that specific field. So I decided to enlist Tembi's services for the specific client, right? So Tembi sent me an invoice. So let's say tax services for XVK Entertainment. Right, so that's that. And then we are going to, because Tembi's registered for VAT, whatever she's doing, she charges VAT on it. So she charges me, let's say 7,500 Rand for all that work, excluding VAT, and it adds up. And then let's say Tembi decides, since we are friends, she's going to give me a 7% discount. It reduces everything, as you can see. So we are here. That's the figure that we're left with. And that, if we press save, wait, before I press save, I want to explain why I captured this as an item. Because I'm providing a service, this would almost be a cost of sales. So it would be, it would go directly in the financial statements. It would be something that would be calculated to get my gross income or my gross profit. So I prefer capturing it like this instead of going and capturing it under item, where under account, where you'd have to select what type of expense is it, accounting, general, or something like that. It doesn't I would not put it there. So I would put it as an item because I'm going to invoice somebody else for the work, and I'm going to get an income for that. So it's going to be part of sales or revenue. So this one will be cost of sales. And, it's like treating, it's apples for apples and bananas for bananas. So it makes more sense this way. So I'm going to save and new. So now, I'm going to add another person. I'm going to add another supplier, sorry. So this supplier is going to be called, let's say Silas Beats. He's a really good producer. You should check him out. So I'm gonna go to categories and I'm gonna put him under music. So he's not a VAT vendor, so there's no VAT on there. So I'm gonna leave it as it is. Obviously, let's say Silas and I have been working for a minute. So let's go to 2016. June. Where's June? This same May. 2016 May 25. And I'm not gonna add contact. I'm gonna press save. Another one where I'm gonna capture it as an item. So I'm gonna, let's say I subcontracted mastering services to Silas because he specializes in that specific genre and he has a good ear. So I'm gonna say mastering services, and once again it's also a cost of sales because I'm gonna be, the revenue that I'm gonna charge the client for the specific work will be it will be revenue or income depending on the type of accounting structure that you have. So then I'm gonna say XVK Entertainment once again, and then it's one, and then let's say Silas decided to charge me $350. He's not a VAT vendor, so there's no VAT. Excuse me. So there's no VAT. So it's $350, and that's that. So we press the date. I'm gonna make it the 25th of May once again. The date, and then I'm gonna press save and new. Alright. Right. Now I'm gonna add a fourth supplier. Actually, let me say I'm gonna go to Tom's, right? Tom's invoice 79, and this was on the, yeah, let's leave it on the 2nd of June. So instead of items, I'm gonna go back to account, right? Account, then I'm gonna go to other expenses. So other expenses in this case, repairs and maintenance. I sent through my old monitors to be repaired, and at Tom's they repair them. So I'm gonna say repairs and maintenance. Then Tom's decides to charge me 1,000 rand before VAT. So, and since they do VAT, they're gonna add an extra 150 for VAT, and then I'm gonna press save.